dating someone you really like. My perspective on dating: embrace your kindred spirit, which is a feminine energy. So as a man and as a woman, embrace your kindred spirit, that feminine energy, because that feminine energy, regardless if you're a macho man, right, or a macho woman, that kindred spirit is how we're able to play and how we're able to connect. Now, when we have gone through heartbreak, disappointment, we can be very hard on ourselves, as I have in many ways been hard on myself, right? Because you ask the questions, what's wrong with me? Something's wrong with me. I need to figure out what's wrong with me. I need to fix what's wrong with me, right? Been there, done that, right? But when you begin to embrace your kindred spirit, that's when you really start to feel more grounded in who you are right now, right? And how I feel grounded is I'm a physical person, right? I've been physical since I was 3 years old, with dance class and soccer and basketball and all these kinds of activities I've done, basically back to back. So for me, what helps me get into the flow, right, of my sensual energy is when I'm physical. And I'm a very earthy person, but I'm also quite interstellar, right? That's why I channel a lot of pretty deep, psychic messages. But get in touch with your sensual energy, right? Either for me, that's dance, that's Hawaiian dance. I love listening to jazz music, dancing to jazz music. You can say bike riding, taking walks, horseback riding, right? Get in touch with your sensual energy, right? And sensual energy is very kindred, right? And sensual energy is, we can talk about in the game of sex, it's like foreplay, and that tends to be a lot more of an ecstatic, exotic experience in that kind of sexual, emergence, right? It tends to be a lot more profound and impactful when we have that kind of sensual, touchy-feely type of thing. And touchy-feely does not necessarily mean that we're sort of trying to get it there, you know what I'm saying? Like touchy-feely, trying to get it into the bedroom, right? For myself, I've had close connections that when I was young, that is very like sensual and like holding hands in school, and like I love to write songs about people I like, or I tend to like write poems and I read it to them and they're just like, whoa. But that kind of thing is sensual. And this person in particular I'm talking about was my friend. We were young, right? We weren't really like trying to like force each other and push each other to be boyfriend and girlfriend, right? So when you're young, like 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, it's really nonchalant, right? And I feel like as we get older, there's so much pressure, right? Pressure to get in the bedroom, right? We gotta we gotta make this happen, right? You gotta be my boyfriend, you gotta be my girlfriend, or that kind of thing. But the more that we do that, the more we tend to get very disappointed, and we get even deeply heartbroken, and we start to lose the flow, right? The creative flow, right? When we're young, yes, we're very passionate and we experience things maybe prematurely or impulsively, right? And we start to get a little hard and a little cautious and a little weary and a little paranoid and a little pessimistic and that kind of thing, right? But how we're able to break through, right, is that kind of that sensual energy. When we begin to work and restore that sensual energy as a man, as a woman, we're working with their femme body, right? All of us have that femme body, that creative energy, right? Either you're a man or you're a woman. It's just as women, we have wombs. So, we're a little bit different than men. We have a lot of creative energy, a lot of ecstatic, exotic energy, because we have it all in here, right? And men are amazed by that, right? right? Men, they love, the womb, and like the womb of the woman, right? Because it's so amazing, right? I love the womb of women, right? It's just the most creative thing that you can find on this planet, right? So when we're dating someone we really like, I feel like it's really dropping into your sensual energy. And for me, I'm earthy, I'm physical, right? For me, I'm the number 5 when it comes to my sort of practice with self, which is about being physical, right? I like dancing, yoga, biking, whatever it is, I like to do everything, right? That's physical, like moving my body, right? That's fun, not let me go hit this gym and go until I look skinny, right? It's like play, wonder, right? That kind of thing. But it works, right? And when, relationship is quite philosophical in nature. Now, again, different people, have different vibes. For me, I'm a Pisces type of lover type of thing. So it's very philosophical. It's very much touchy and feely, being present, being attentive, listening. I love to listen to people's stories, right? Regardless of what the story is, it's like, yeah, it's so exciting, right? Because I have a big imagination. But it's really getting into that enthusiasm within yourself. Again, we've all been through a heartbreak or disappointment or failure, or, I was wrong, or, we've been through, some situations that, that make us frustrated or agitated or fearful or paranoid or pessimistic. But, continue to work on that sensual energy, and you'll know when you're tapping into that sensual energy, because you'll just start to feel a lot more lively, and you'll just really start to feel a lot more enthusiastic, and you'll just feel that this passion in you, right? Whenever I'm really in my sensual energy, I feel a lot of passion. And a lot of us as an adult, that passion, we start to feel a little bit reserved about that. We can even feel a little bit, again, like overprotective of it, right? Because, you've been around the block a couple times. But the whole point of, going around the block a couple times is so that you learn your lessons. But once you learn your lessons, you're like, I don't need to keep going around the block. Why am I walking around in circles? Right? And then you start to, again, really step into that sensual energy to really connect with what kind of connection do I really want. And then you start to really open up your imagination, and you really start to connect with your heart, with your soul, with your intuition. And you're going to find your connections are going to become a lot more profound and a lot more directional. And there's a sense of leadership with it, rather than let me just go on some Tinder thing and just like take whoever for whatever because I'm bored and I want whatever, right? Everything that's like that always leads to this kind of disappointment, because, the universe is saying, what do you want? But when we're just like, I just want to go for that, whatever, or just going to Tinder, oh, swipe, oh, she got a nice little thing going on, right? And then, we're not really connecting with our creative force. Connecting with our creative force is like dropping in your central energy and like, okay, like I'm this type of person, like, I'm a Pisces soul, I'm a Pisces lover, I'm very deep, very philosophical, I love to listen and share and care, right? And then you start to really open up your imagination. Okay, this is what I want to experience in a connection, and you start to remain true to it. And you'll be tested, you'll get all kinds of seductions, you'll get all kinds of temptations where God will be like, do you really want that connection you say you want? Because here you go, this is like not necessarily what you're looking for, but it'll keep you going for the meantime, right? And that's what happens. We're not willing to be patient with ourselves, and then we just kind of get into situations, right, that we know on our intuition and we know in our heart is not it, right? So really, when you tap into your sensual energy, you're really starting to connect with your passion, your leadership. You're connecting with your imagination, your vision of yourself, right? And God will give you visions, He'll give you dreams, He'll give, if you meditate, you'll get it in meditation, you'll get these feelings, these urges, this longing, this yearning. And that's really like God is, connecting you to your life partner, right? And I'm telling you, that life partner is a little bit different than let me just kind of hook up and like this Tinder stuff, and like I'm confused by all of these people I'm interlocked with, and now I don't really know what I want, right? And I'm just kind of just whatever for whatever. A lot of people do that. Just be with whoever for whatever. At the moment, I'm bored, let me go call them up, and then still end up alone. Right? And it's really just about God is trying to connect you with your life partner, trying to connect you first before you can connect with your life partners. Really connect with your vision, your life purpose, your sensual energy, your inner freedom. Really connect you with your philosophy, like who are you, right? Your expression, how you can come more into your expression, right? So you can have those and not everybody wants that life partner. Not everybody's ready for that. Like, let's just be honest, right? Those who are ready for a life partner have much to give, and they have much to receive, right? They have an expression, they're tapped into their sensual energy, right? They know what they want, or they're working towards that, right? It's something you just want. It's not necessarily, some people, they just don't want it, right? It's just something that you feel that you long for. It's something that you want to experience that. And when you say, I want to experience a life partner, you know what that's about. You know that that's a spiritual journey that you're having with someone, where you'll be triggered. You'll be like, you'll have to go through things, you'll have to overcome things and obstacles and that kind of thing, right? But you're excited, right? Because life partner is also implying that you want to experience union, and not everybody's in a union. You could be married for 50 years and have no union, right? You're just like sitting there paying bills and just staring at each other, like cook me dinner and like the kids, and you don't have that sense of union. You know what I'm talking about. Union is really about you are flourishing together, flourishing mentally, emotionally, physically, right? Not just sitting there on the couch watching 10 hours of TV together, right? You're flourishing creatively. There's a sense of reciprocity that sort of grants you higher levels of creative expression that is ecstatic, regardless of your 25, 55, 85, right? And a lot of people, they just didn't want that. They're like, I'd rather just go for that, and I'll just go for that, right? And then not, you know what I'm saying? It's something that you just know you want, right? And in the life partner, a lot of it is about you having a relationship with yourself, you pleasing yourself, pleasuring yourself, having joy with yourself, getting to know your life purpose, working on your self-esteem, right? Doing things that really give you this sort of freedom, that, the freedom that, that gives you like this perseverance and this like getting to know yourself. A lot of people, they don't want to get to know themselves, right? But life partner is like, I really want to get to know myself, right? I really want to get to know myself. I really want to like break through these ancestral traumas and these generational curses. Like, I really want to get to know myself and my potential, because life partner isn't just about having babies and hot sex for 6 months and then sitting around at the table staring at each other or the phone. It is really about you want to bring the best out of each other, in which you understand that it's a journey of relating with yourself in a deeper way, in a more philosophical, profound way, and that life partner is a part of your life purpose. It's a choice you make. We're going to work together creatively to help each other, sort of rise, you can say, right? We're going to help each other. We chose to help each other, sort of ignite the potential in each other, right? Creatively, mentally, emotionally, physically, whatever that is. And that is what I call a lineage. A lot of relationships are not a lineage. A lineage is literally you are elevating each other's potential through your willingness to express yourself continuously. So yes, thank you, and may this inspire you in your dating world situation.